Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blockbull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today, as always, we're going to be taking a look at the charts, but today is an important day because it is when we decide what we are going to do with our cryptos going into December. We have been anticipating a black swan, so we will see if that is still going to come to fruition. Again, this is why I do daily videos because things can change. Okay, so we're going to dive into it. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. So this is on the daily here. Okay, so you got Peanuts up about 21.3% over here. You've also got XRP doing really well on the day, 17.1%. Algo is the top green bubble on the daily, up over 30%. Okay, and you've got a few others as well. All green across the board, really, in the top 100. So doing extremely well. However, I have posted this over an hour ago now. So the top for XRP, this move, I'm looking at around $2.07. The main target has always been $1.96. Okay, so even though the target is $1.96, ultimately this is where I feel like we can go. We'll probably wick through $1.96. If that doesn't happen, I always, especially at these sort of prices, it doesn't make much difference in terms of percentage increase. Okay, when you get to sort of that sort of $1 mark, $1.90 mark, should I say. So I'll be taking profits just prior to that $1.96. Because that was the sort of previous high in this cycle of 2021. And that is where we closed the month as well in the previous cycle before that, in the super cycle of 17-18. Okay, so let's dive over to the XRP chart. Now, I've discussed these Fibonacci sort of targets before with Fibs. Now, XRP is currently trading up here. Okay, we're currently trading at $1.69 here. You can see if I bring this up here, there you go, $1.69, $1.70 if you round it up, doesn't really matter. But ultimately, the 78.6% here Fibonacci retracement is up here at $1.47. So that is already being hit, and we're currently looking to take out this wick here. Okay, so this is the wick that I've just been saying with $1.96. So it looks as if we'll be looking at taking liquidity just above that wick. Ultimately, it is a catch-22, really. We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because at the moment we're neither there or here. So it is very difficult to say with XRP. But what I would say, if we do start breaching these sort of all-time weekly closes up here, for example, which was set back in sort of January 2018, first week of January, we're looking at $2.78. So if we start closing above $2.78, still a long way to go, guys. But if we get sort of a weekly or a monthly close above 278, then it's likely XRP will continue to pump. Okay. However, I do not believe that is true for 1 minute. I do believe all these cryptos that have reached sort of this 8.6. Okay, I believe they are sort of topping out now. So it looks as if we're just getting that sort of final move now up into these wicks, okay, from previous cycles. Now, if I go over to the hourly, let's just have a look what I've been covering. In fact, I'm just going to go out onto the weekly because you can see this yellow here is kind of sort of blazing what I'm trying to see. Okay, so let's go over to the hourly chart and have a look what's going on, guys. Okay, so I discussed this first bull pennant. This first bull pennant played out as expected. This second bull pennant has also played out as well. I was stipulating that we would see the high on the 26th of November. We are literally 3 days later now. So people are jumping on my back because, you know, we're pumping 3 days later. So I apologise we're 3 days late, but ultimately you can't help that. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what I mean? People are so impatient. It's almost like they blame you for the markets not moving in their direction. Do you know what I mean? They take the pee a little bit. But ultimately, we'll be laughing because we know what these markets entail. We do know. We're not naive. You know, people who are shouting moon and hyping for, you know, double digits already, they're almost like off another planet. They're almost like delusional and don't kind of understand market cycles. So yes, we're like a couple of days behind in terms of where the price targets need to be, but ultimately playing out as expected. Like I say, $1.96 is up there. However, there's still off risk. Everything's probability, guys. Everything is probability, but ultimately, just purely off the measured move. I've done this measured move before, and this is why I believe we're going to get up to $2.07. So if we do a measured move from sort of bottom down here, this was the bottom of the sort of triangle. and then we move it all the way up here. It's not quite the bottom here, but if you do it exactly accurately, it does come up to about $2.07. You can see here on the chart $2.04. So again, we're not going to cry over a couple of cents, okay, but ultimately we do expect to exceed $2. Now, at that point, we've already had two bull pennants. Okay, so it's unlikely, in my view, that XRP will continue to rally in this sort of fashion. I do expect a strong sort of retest, and I have mentioned before, XRP in the previous two cycles has come back down to retest the price of XRP at the time of the Bitcoin halving. So that was 50 cent, guys, and it also happens to be the sort of apex of the 6.5 year wedge. Okay, so if we come out here, and I'll clean the charts up for you guys so we can see it. Here we go, and I can draw these lines back in. Okay, so up here, you're coming down here, and this is what we breached down here. Okay, so we're looking around 6th of January there, and then again, so from sort of down here, you can see where the wedge is playing out here. So we're catching these bottoms down here, then we're grinding up here. Again, I'll zoom in for you guys so you can see a little bit closer, sorry, up here, down here as well. If we go over to the candles, you can see we get the wicking in. Okay, so we've impulsed from US elections. Now, at the moment, we aren't really creating any new highs. Like I said, we need to create at least $1.96. I'll be a little bit more bullish there, but I do believe it will be a bull trap myself personally. So if I was in XRP, I'm not saying sell your bags into USD. What I would look to do is I would be looking at getting into other cryptos that are not up to the 786 fibs, okay, like XRP, like XLM, like HBAR is almost there now at the 786, okay. So it's very, very risky now to be trading those cryptos. I am favouring coins like VRA. You can see here on the 786 is all the way up there around sort of 4 cent. So we're currently trading at half a cent now. So there's still a lot of gains on the table for VRA, for example. Okay, so with these massive gains, this is where I would be rotating my bags into. Okay, so that's looking at around 600% in my view. 786 up there, like I say, 4 cent. Velo is also another good sort of crypto as well, which is yet to really get going. 786 up there is 19,000 away. Okay, so that's like 19x your capital just to get up to like 36, 37 cent. That's at the 786. So any of these other cryptos that are still hovering around this sort of orange fib line at the 382, I wouldn't be selling, even though I'm anticipating some sort of correction. Even if there is a correction and it does affect the rest of these altcoins, we're at this pivotal time. This is the thing, guys. Usually when Bitcoin dumps, it affects the rest of the market, okay? But the thing is, we are now rotating into altcoin season, so it's no longer like we are tied to sort of Bitcoin. Yes, we'll be tied to some sort of extent, but I do feel like it'll be a very small dip for these cryptos that haven't yet moved. The ones that are at the 786, I do expect a massive correction, okay? So just be very, very, very careful indeed. Like I said, the best sort of way to mitigate risk and still sort of maximize your sort of potential gains going into December would be getting into these over these small cap gems. Okay, so there we go. Velo's going to be absolutely massive, 786 all the way up there. So Velo is probably the best pick of the bunch out of VRA, Velo, and Gala. However, there isn't a lot of liquidity in VRA. So although I have got a lot of VRA, I can't put tens of thousands into VRA. I just won't get filled in. I'll be getting less than what I actually buy in. So in my view, I've kind of already reached my limit with how many tokens I can get at Velo. Okay, we've had it like fluctuating the price in terms of when I get into the market. But here's Gala. Gala is still here. We are down around the red line. Okay, so we're still lagging behind now. This is the thing, guys. I thought these smaller cap gems had more volatility. We showed more volatility, especially in the sort of Q1 where Gala made that sort of high of 2024 where we got up to like 8 cents. So that was sort of our first conservative target. I do believe we will take that out. So it looks like we're going to be rolling into December holding the bags despite the risk of being a Black Swan event. Like I said, I won't be selling at these prices. And what it comes down to, guys, whether it will be using indicators, whether it will be using fibs, whether it will be using the Golden Cross, which is due today on Gala, it doesn't really matter. As long as we are buying low and the risk to reward is in our favour, that's all it boils down to, guys. And in my view, Gala, VRA, Velo are 3 strong cryptos, in my view, that have all got a positive risk to reward. The ones that, for me, are a little bit uncertain Like I say, XRP, HBAR, XLM creating that head and shoulders. We're yet to invalidate the head and shoulders. So unless XLM does that this weekend, I doubt them sort of cryptos will be running any higher. So you need to be careful. But ultimately, we've got the 786 around that sort of 29 cent mark. And we've also got the 618 as well, which is roughly about 280% gain around that sort of 15 and a half cents. When I'd be targeting around 15 cent initially. And then, yeah, we've got that sort of higher target there. So I ain't going to be selling any of my Gala until we reach these sort of first two targets. Then what I'll look to do is once these targets have been achieved, then I'll be looking at rotating into XRP because, like I say, I still expect a correction. So unless XRP starts taking out that $2.74, I'm still quite hesitant on XRP. Doesn't mean I'm bearish. It just means I'm very, very cautious. And in my view, it's not worth the risk. If you've been holding for a long time, I was holding for a long time. I've been holding XRP 4 or 5 years, but I spotted an opportunity. For example, like XDC. XDC is just as good as a coin as XRP in my view, which is why I've also covered the plans with XRP and XDC. If you add both the plans to the basket, link below in the description if you guys need a plan, then you will get that automatic 10% discount. Okay, so just be wary of that. Like I said, Gala, I'm not touching Gala now. I'm holding it, guys. I am not. I've got my sell orders set, yeah, 618 and a 786. So, and ultimately, XRP and XLM are going slightly further now. They're going up to, they're trying to meet that sort of, that 100% move, to cover all retracements. And that's when we'd invalidate XLM's pattern head and shoulders. We'd also take out the previous cycle high with XRP. Then it looks as if we're looking really good. But then do I want to be buying an XRP at $2? When I've had the chance to, buy in sub 50 cent, when I still strongly believe that XRP will roll over to 50 cent just based on history, guys. I'm not just saying, I believe it's going to roll over. I don't say anything unless there's some sort of historic data. Now, if I'm wrong because of the historic data. There's not enough evidence or there's not enough sort of consecutive patterns to actually back it up. Okay. But so far, 100% statistical evidence suggests that we will capitulate to 50 cent. And that's with XRP, yeah? So why take the risk when you've got this sort of upside potential with VRA, with Gala, and with Velo, guys? So yeah, I'm going to leave it with you anyway, guys. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Make sure to grab yourself a plan if you've not already. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe as always. Anyway, I've been a Blockbull. Until next time, Blockbull over and out.